Ever wondered what makes your hair color, your eye color, or even how your body fights off a cold? It's all written in a tiny, incredible instruction manual inside every single one of your cells, your DNA. But what happens when there's a typo in that manual? A single, tiny change that can have massive, life-altering effects? What are genetic disorders? Today, we are diving into the fascinating and often challenging world of genetic disorders. Simply put, these are conditions caused by alterations or abnormalities in our genetic material, our DNA. Think of your DNA as the ultimate recipe book for your body. Genes are individual recipes for making specific proteins, which are like the tiny workers that keep everything running. When a gene undergoes a mutation, it's like a crucial ingredient in the recipe gets changed, or an instruction gets swapped. Suddenly, the protein it's supposed to make doesn't work correctly, or sometimes, isn't made at all. And that's where genetic disorders come in. Inherited versus acquired. Now, not all genetic disorders are the same. Some are innate, meaning you are born with them. These are often inherited from your parents, passed down through generations. Imagine a family legacy, but instead of a watch, it's a specific genetic blueprint. Classic examples you might have heard of include cystic fibrosis, hemophilia, and sickle cell anemia. But then there are acquired genetic disorders. These aren't inherited, they pop up during a person's lifetime. How? Well, sometimes it's just random chance, like a cosmic roll of the dice. Other times, it's due to exposure to things in our environment like cigarette smoke, UV radiation from the sun, or certain chemicals. The most well-known example of an acquired genetic disorder? Cancer. Categories of genetic disorders. Scientists generally categorize genetic disorders into two main types. First, we have Mendelian disorders. This fancy name refers to disorders caused by a mutation in a single gene that follows the inheritance patterns famously described by Gregor Mendel, the pea plant guy. The second type is chromosomal disorders. These are bigger picture problems, issues with the structure or number of our chromosomes. Chromosomes are those tightly packed bundles of DNA inside our cells. With chromosomal disorders, a whole chromosome might be missing, duplicated, or a piece might be swapped to the wrong place. These single gene disorders can be classified based on how they're inherited. Autosomal dominant, you only need one copy of the faulty gene to get the disorder. Autosomal recessive, you need two copies of the faulty gene, one from each parent, to get the disorder. If you only have one, you are a carrier. Sex-linked dominant recessive, these genes are on the sex chromosomes, typically the X chromosome, so they often affect males and females differently. Mitochondrial, even mitochondria, the powerhouses of our cells, have their own DNA, and mutations there can cause disorders. Some of the most common Mendelian disorders include cystic fibrosis, autosomal recessive, affects mucus and sweat glands, leading to lung and digestive problems. Hemophilia, sex-linked recessive, a blood clotting disorder, often called the royal disease, because of its presence in European royal families. Albinism, autosomal recessive, a lack of pigment in skin, hair, and eyes. Sickle cell anemia, autosomal recessive, causes red blood cells to become crescent-shaped, leading to blockages and pain. This is particularly prevalent in regions where malaria is common, as carrying one copy of the sickle cell gene provides some protection against malaria. Understanding genetic disorders isn't just about knowing what they are, it's about appreciating the incredible complexity of life and the delicate balance that keeps our bodies functioning. The field of genetics is constantly evolving, bringing new hope for diagnosis, treatment, and even prevention. Learn more. Like, share, subscribe. If you found this video fascinating, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the wonders of biology. What other genetic topics would you like us to explore? Let us know in the comments below.